This call is now being recorded. This call is now taking note.
Save. So I want to save this analytics class. Okay, so far so good. We've had a good time looking at our SQL. We've had a good time looking at our SQL, and then looking at our SQL, we've been able to see how best to import our data sets in, whether we are using our whether we are using our whether we are using our a flat file or we are using our Excel file. So we've been able to look at that very well. And then also, we in our last part, one of the assignments I gave to you guys is the fact that you guys should look at how to import all the guys we discuss in class. You guys should import it on your SQL so that in class today we can start using them. So I think what you guys imported should be your project 3. I'm not sure I have my project 3 here. I'm not sure I have it. Have it right? Okay, yeah, I have it. So we have this guy and select top. So saying select this is also the same thing as saying select star. Also the same thing as saying select star, and then it give you the same thing. Okay, so over here I have seen what I'm trying to achieve, and then I've seen what I'm trying to achieve, and then it's just left for me to kind of maximize this and know that we have been given a database to query, and then now it is not a question of what are the things they ask me to actually look for. What are the things they actually ask me to look for? So if I am to look for what, it will not be a question of how can I look for it? How can I look for it? So that is how to actually go around that. So let's follow our sequence. So I will try to bring some of the questions that I asked to answer in now. I believe that by now all of us should have this guy on our SQL now. I believe much that. So the first question says this. The second question says what? Find all. I'm trying to copy them and bring them here. Third question says. So one thing about SQL is the fact that the best way to learn SQL is by querying. So no man can teach you everything you need to know on SQL. No man, because there is a lot more to SQL than we can do in our class. There's a lot more to it that we can do in our class. But then as much as it's like within our capacity, we try to solve as many questions as possible in class. Try to solve as many possible questions in class. And that's basically what we will be doing in class today. Let's see where we can get to the next 1 hour, so that we can cover quite a while. So I think we have just 9 questions and all. Can't I even copy everything? You know that I'm doing an upload that costs more than. So okay, yeah. So we have this. We have all these. So we have questions from number 1 to 9. So and then I've told you before now that anytime you are given an SQL, anytime you are given a file to work with on SQL, the truth is you are not, as a data analyst, you are not so much concerned about the build up, just like I said. So where the point you start needs to getting involved is the point of your data planning. You have to clean your data to ensure that this data set is ready for use. For example, now looking at all my data sets right now, I can say that I have product ID, product full name, I have my customer GOV, date of birth, I have my product name. Okay, I have my sales dates, that's the sales date, I have my delivery date, I have my return flag. This guy has some none for them because none is part of it. It's not a primary key, or it's not something that is a must. It can be empty. So we can leave this like this. We have this and we have cost, and then we have sales. So we don't have anything around. We don't have anything around units sold. We don't have anything around units sold. So I just want to do some general check. Just some general check. Just some general query. Select accounts. Accounts. Mm, this guy will give us a headache. This is not what I'm trying to achieve. This is not what I'm trying to achieve. Okay. Let me use select star, and then let me use my group by product name. Let me see something. DBA product name ID is invalid in the selected list because it is not. Okay. So I have to come back here. I see that we run into errors. So our product ID is Wala. So I only want to see product name, product name, command, count. Let's see this. Let's see if this will run. Okay. So we have quite a lot of products. This guy is not unique per se. This guy is not unique per se. I'm just using this to just check just check on my table generally anyway. So now the first question here says that from customer's full name, extract first name and surname from the table. You want to click your select star and always select star from project 3. Is it over here? You want to keep this guy handy. Execute. So they now say our first question now is that from customer full name, I like this. This is your source. Extract first name and last name from the table. So one thing about SQL is that to a large extent, SQL will give you an hint of what you are looking for, an hint of the column you have business with. That's one of the things about SQL. SQL will always give you a hint, so you don't need to really disturb yourself so much to be trying to look for this or for that. SQL will always tell you that, oh, okay, this is something that is possible, this is something that is possible, and the likes, and then you will work around. So you will do your work around to know, okay, oh, this is what SQL is giving me as hint. So how can I work around this to make something cool out of it. So since we have this, and then this is basically what we are planning to use. This is basically what we are planning to use. And then if you see here that we have something that we can call our delimiter. There's something we can call our delimiter, which is comma, which is our comma. So we want to maximize this comma to actually look at how to split these guys from one another, trying to use the comma. I'm coming. Let me see what is the best thing we can use. I think we can use our select select we need to split this definitely. So we are selecting our let's try to train our substring. Train substring. Train substring. Um, print substring. Can we index this guy? Uh, substring. So trying to see the best guy to use here. If we are trimming this, we are using this guy as our delimiter. We are using this guy as our delimiter. So since we have this as our delimiter, we are trimming this guy and then removing all these substrings. As this Vivian is a strange, this guy is a strange. Then we can let's trim this guy instead. Let's trim this guy instead. So your trim is one of the functions we actually talked about on your what's it called? Your Excel actually. It's one of the guys we actually talked about on your Excel. So and then basically what we are using string for is that you are using it for your trim for is one of the things that is one of the guys we use for our data cleaning. So now what I'm trying to see is wrapping my head around how I could have achieved this on power on Excel just to keep it simple. You know, on Excel, if I'm to do this on Excel, I have different ways I can do it. I can do my left, and then say this guy as a delimiter. I can do something we call test before. There's a function we have on our Excel that is test before, and then also test after. So, but then I want to try and see this how to actually work best on this guy to see how I can trim this guy instead using our substring, substring. But basically, um let me complicate things first. Let me start with substring. Let me start with substring first, and then expression. That's our customer full name. Customer full name, then comma. So this is your customer full name or your. So we are picking a substring. This is a full string. We are picking a string from this guy. So we have our customer full name, and then now the next thing from here will now be your starting position. Your starting position integer. So for this your starting position integer, we want to actually make sure that we state that our comma is our is our delimiter. We want to make sure that we state that our comma is our delimiter. So I want to introduce my character index. I want to introduce my character index into this, and then open quotes for my comma. close quote for it so that you can know that from my customer from my customer full name, I am picking this character index as my delimiter for this. Then this will now be this should be what's after it. That is your plus one. That's your plus one. We, um I, I think I can make this guy simpler instead of compounding you guys with so many headaches. I think I can make this guy simpler. Let me try something first before I come back then. Let me try something first. Select let's do house of strange again. I told you your this particular question is one that is kind of tedious a little bit. You not all the questions are not like this. Um, strange, strange customer. Try something first. So comma, then let me use my comma one. That's the first one. From I want to try something first. I want to see this because at times that's the route I go for for this. Let me run this first. Let me see something. Argument data type varchar is invalid for argument 2 of substring function. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Can I introduce my trim here? Let's see. Trim. Let's see again. Incorrect syntax near this guy. Let me see which other thing can I do so that I won't go this long route. I'm trying to see if I can get a shortcut for you guys so that I will not compare you guys with so many complex things. Let me see this. Your the length of your customer name, then close your brackets, one bracket closed, two brackets closed, close your brackets. Let me see this. Okay, I think we're getting there. I think we are getting there. Let me run this guy again. Let me run this guy again. Let me run it side by side with this. Let me run this guy side by side with this. Let me comment this guy out. Let me run this guy side by side and see. So guys, please just a minute. This is a work for one of my line manager's work. Just a minute, please. Okay, guys. So sorry about that. I think I'm back here. So sorry about that. That's break. So okay, so I'm trying to look at this. So I have, what we're trying to do is that we are splitting the names. We are splitting the names, the first name and then the last name. That's what we're trying to do. And then this guy is taking the. I have to take this longer route. I thought I'll be able to do something with this simple guy. Thought I'll be able to do something with this simple guy to give me the same thing. But then this guy is looking like it's maybe I'm missing out on something on it. Maybe I'm, but then I believe that it should be. So what I just did now is that I I'm telling this guy that I'm picking a substring of this, like I'm not picking a whole. So now it is just like you saying on your Excel, when we're teaching on Excel, one of the functions we taught on for our training is our test function. And then when it comes to our text function, there are some things we actually learned, which is around the right, left, right, left, then middle. So anytime you're using your right, it will definitely know that the starting point is the extreme edge. Anytime you're using your left, it will definitely know that the starting point is your another extreme end. If you start from your middle, you know that you're coming from the middle, and then at this particular time, it will ask you, where are you starting from? Where are you stopping from? If you're using your right, it will start from the extreme end, but then it will ask you, where are you stopping from? Where are you starting from? So that's the gimmick we are actually using over here to put this substring. That's the gimmick we are using. So, but then for our substring, substring means that we have a full length. We now want to pick from inside our full length. We have a hole. We now want to pick from our hole. So this guy, just like your Z, also has what we call your tips. So and this guy has told us that for your substring, what you're having is number one, your expression. On our Excel, we say that our column, the column or the cell we are actually picking. So we are clicking on the cell first. Then after clicking on the cell, we want to know where it is starting from. That's where you see your starting position, and then also your length in integer, your starting position in integer, your length in integer. So basically, what I did here, because our starting position over here is not integer, it is our comma that is our separator. So instead of, because it must be in integer, so I have to do my character index. So my character index will actually help me to actually pick this, like something like I am numbering it. Like I am numbering it. So when you ask to index, you actually ask to number. So I'm coming. Let me try this guy without the P plus one sign. Let's see this. Execute. Okay. So this guy is removing our. So okay. So this plus one is telling us that okay, your comma is your this, and then that's why we have our comma back here. But then we are telling this guy that you are starting on the next guy after this comma. Basically, that's why we're adding our plus one. Plus one. You are starting from the guy after this comma. This is our comma already here. So we are starting with the guy after this comma. That's why we're having this guy here. And then definitely we have to do our length also, and our length is total length of our string generally. So, but then this is our last name, not our first name. Come here, let's see. This is our last name. This is our full name. This is our first name, and this is our last name. Okay. So what about we doing the other name also? What about we doing the other name also? So we should be able to use the same parameter. We should be able to use the same parameter, just a little bit of tweak. Coming, just let's use our substring again. Customer full name again. Customer full name again. So this time around, instead of having our character as this, okay, I need to have my comma here. Instead of having my character like this. Instead of having my character over here, I can do my one over here because that's the first guy we are dealing with this time around. And then for this guy, we can do our character. We can do this our character over here, but then this guy should be minus one instead. Um, um, let me see. Let me run this. Let me see first. Let me see first. Okay, I think this is making this is not looking bad. So maybe we might just want to replace this guy over to be up, put this guy up, and then put this guy here, and then comma this, and then we can have it inverted now. So we have Vivian Wesley, and then this one as first first name, as last name. So I can run this guy again and execute this. Okay, I think this gives me a better feel. I think this gives me a better feel. I think this gives me a better feel. So anyway, I think because we don't have so much time, let me see if we can get something. Let's see if we can get something like this on our. Let's see if our ChatGPT can help us to do anything like this. Let's see if our ChatGPT can help us to do something like this. Let me just a minute. I will share my screen back now. I think I was not sharing my whole screen, so I need to share my full screen so that we can look at it together. So the reason why I'm taking this route with you guys is because I know that we will not really have time to look at data ChatGPT, how ChatGPT can actually enhance your what is it called, your query. I know that we don't really have time to look at how ChatGPT can actually enhance your query. So because of that, I'll be using one stone to kill two birds once and for all to see. So we will brainstorm it, we think about it, and then also we will also see what ChatGPT actually has for us as regards all those guys. So what is happening over here? Okay, so I'm sharing my entire screen now. I'm sharing my entire screen now so that you guys can see. Please, once you can see my entire screen, please use a thumbs up. Let me know. Let me know people that are seeing class with me. Thumbs up. Can you see my screen, please? Can you guys see my screen? Hello? Ah, I don't dey fear. I don't dey fear. Okay, thanks. Okay, so this is our first question over here. So let's see. Copy this guy. Let's tell this guy. Okay. Tell this guy. write SQL SSMS SSMS query answer answer this question. Note my separator on the on the table on the customer name column is a comma. So you have to feed your SQL very well. Okay, so since your customer feed this and that and the likes, this guy is asking us to do this. Yeah, left. Yeah, that's another guy we can actually use. Our left. That's actually another guy we can use. Instead of using our substring. So I think we can use our left and our right. Actually, I don't thought about that. So let's copy this and let's see whether our SQL, this guy is giving us something we can work with. Okay, so we have this to be our number one answer, the one we did for ourselves. So let's see again. From Can you see that this guy is putting a semicolon in front of it? That is because it is thinking it is my SQL. So that's why it is having that. So put this here and then let's run this without even correcting anything. Let's see. Okay, and this is also running very fine. It's also running very fine. But then the dilemma with using your ChatGPT and this is the fact that you need to understand the basic of these guys. Like, but the reason why I'm using ChatGPT upfront for you guys is because we've debated it a lot. ChatGPT is here to stay actually, and it's best for us to see how we can embrace it to use it in our work. So this guy has actually just fine-tuned the things I did. So instead of myself using, I use substring straight. I did not use any trim. I was trying to use trim the other time also, but then see. So the reason why this guy is using trim, I think I know the reason. So basically, we use trim to remove excess space. So I can still run this guy without any trim. Yeah, I can still run this guy without any trim. Let me see. Customer full name. This. I can delete one of these. And then I want to run this. This guy will still run. So the reason why this guy is putting trim there is because it believes that on your stuff there's a space in between. So this space, that's what we use our trim to actually remove. But then in what we have on the actual, we don't have any space actually separating them. We only have the comma. So with this guy can actually work easily for us. But then on the other hand, I'm coming. I want to also try something again. At times we try so many things. Let me see. Can I use right over here? Just asking, just curious. Add right. So using our rights, is there anything to know about our rights? It requires 2 arguments. So I want to delete this last argument. So let's see. Do we have something? Let's see this. Execute this. Okay, so this guy is right plus 1. Let me do -1 here. Okay, let's see. We are getting there, but then this guy is not so dope. It's not giving us consistent stuff across board. So because it is counting the length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe space. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy is not giving us consistent fill of things. So our right will not work, or better still, better still. I'm just staying curious actually. So that's how we you can spend hours on SQL query actually. You just need to be meticulous about how you are checking it out. You have to do it painstakingly. That's the grammar. You have to be very painstaking about it. So but then I think we have the answer for that already. So I might not really want to use so much time trying to get that again. So I think we have our answer for that already. So I think we can delete this. Not I think we can delete this. So any of these two works. Any of these two. This is the one we did ourselves in class. And I can just add customer full name, comma. So whether this or this, they should give us the same result. So whether this or this, they should give us the same result. Can you see? They will give us the same results, whether this or this. So with that, we are good to go on this question. So we've been able to split these guys together. So the second question says that we should look for customers that are actually giving birth to within this time 12 midnight and between 12 midnight and 6 a.m. So for us to do this, do we need to use our cast function here? I know that I know that we use our where clause over here easily. So this is what we're trying to see. Select. Let's do our select star again from our project 3. Again, run this guy again. We have this. So we want to see all these customers that they are who give back between customer DOB. This is their delivery dates. This is their delivery date. This is the customer DOB. This is their delivery date. So this is the guy we are dealing with, delivering dates. So this is one of the things that ChatGPT will not do for you actually. If you are using ChatGPT, this is one of the things ChatGPT will not do for you, because ChatGPT does not know how your table looks like, except you are screenshotting your table to ChatGPT, and that's not the reason why you have to understand the fundamental yourself before you jump into using ChatGPT. So I'm going to go into let's attempt this. So I think this should be an easy ride. Select star from this should be an easy ride actually. I think this should be an easy ride. From this, so we can use our where our delivery date is greater than or equals to where delivery date is greater than or equals to 0, that is your midnight, because here we are using 24 hours. We are using 24 hours over here. This is 13, this is 17, this is 22, this is 22, this is 19, this is 00, this is your 12 midnight, which is what they are looking for. Which is what they are looking for. Then and you're using your AND function over here. The same thing again, delivery date. I know that this guy will give us an headache. We won't get the result right now. So, and the reason why we will not get the result, I will show you. Like I'll show you the reason why we won't get the result is less than 6. It's between 12 midnight. So it's greater than 0. Between, it is not including 12. Between 12 midnight and 6 a.m. So it should be between them. So it is greater than 0 than 12, but then it is less than 6 midnight. So this guy will run into an error. This is our query actually. It's like our query for this guy is as simple as this. It's just using our normal where statement because this is conditional. This is it. Customers who fulfills this condition. So this is the condition. I told you already that your SQL query actually finds the answer inside the question. So this is, we are looking for customers, their full name and their ID that give birth between your 12 a.m. and then your 12 a.m. and then 6 a.m. That's the condition that must be met. So, but then this is it. This is 100% correct. No, this is correct, but they're not 100% correct. So let me repeat that. Why is this not correct? If you come under here, you see that what you have currently is your date time stamp. That's what we have. We have our date time stamp. That's what we have over here. The data type we have over here is date time. The data type we have over here is date time. The data type we have over here is date time. But then don't forget that the only thing we are dealing with on this particular guy is time. We are not dealing with the date. We are only dealing with the time, not the date. So that's the reason why if we run this guy should give us an error. Oh, and thank God it's not even giving us any error. But then this guy is not because our query is correct. But then the fact that this delivery date is date time, it is date time. So this guy can't see anything that fulfills the criteria over here. It can't see it. So the only way we can make this guy to see it is to introduce either our cast. I don't know. Our cast should be able to work, but then don't let me to stop my head with cast. I think we can use our date time, date part rather. We can use our date part. So I can use my date part is a function. This guy, date part. So what is this guy doing? Let's look at it together. Oh, bring it. Let's see the pop-up. An expression of non-Bollinger is specified in a context where a condition is expected. So for this, our date type, let's see what we have first. So we need your interval, then date time, offsets, date time, returns integer. It will return it in integer. So for our interval for year, what we are actually dealing with is in hours. Date part, what we are dealing with here is in hours between 12 and this. So we can easily write our hour over here, and then your date time of offsets. You're talking about your delivery dates. This guy over here. So I can close this guy without any headache. I think so. Yeah, I think so. So I should be able to copy this guy also, and then come and put it over here also. Put this guy over here. So what I just did now is that I am trying to separate our date, and timestamp to pick just the hour. So let's see. Let me run this and see if this guy will run. Okay, I think this guy did. And then actually, this is 3 a.m., this is 2 a.m., this is 4 a.m. And then the truth is, everything will be having over here. This is 2 a.m. They will be greater than 12 a.m., but then they will be less than So let's try and run something. Let's see people to know if you are correct. Let's see people if we have people that are born exactly 12. And you see, we have people that are born exactly. Okay, so now this guy is picking the hour part. So everything you'll be seeing over here will be 00000 all through. Can you see that? So because we are picking only the hour part, can you see everything we have over there? They are all 00000. You can't see anyone. And that shows the fact that our formula is actually 100% correct. We are good to go. So this guy is very simple also because it is just looking at it is just using our where clause, just at the fact that we need to separate what we have as our date timestamp. We need to pick just a part of it. That's why we pick our date part. We picked just a part of it so that we can use that one part to fulfill the needed requirements that we are actually looking for. So let's see. Can ChatGPT give us something more succinct? Let's see. Can ChatGPT give us something more succinct? Let's see. So find. So let's copy this guy. So I'll close this guy here and say notes. Part time is in delivered date column. So let's run this. Let's see what this guy will give us. Okay, this guy is giving us that we can use our between instead of what we actually used. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. So let's copy this. Let's copy this and bring it to our this guy. I can comment this guy. So let me paste this guy over here. So this is from our column, our project is project 3. So if you don't understand what you are doing again, all this your project 3 and the likes will not you will not see. For example, there's nothing like customer ID over here. You only have product ID. So these are the problems, these are the headaches you have if you don't understand your SQL itself, the fundamental of your SQL itself. So the difference between what we have over here, that this guy is also using date time, but then this guy is telling us is more shallow than us. So instead of using and this guy is just using between. So it is between 0 and 6, not between 0 and 5. So if we run this, we should get the same results. Yeah, we should get the same results. We should get the same results. We should actually get the same results. Yeah, everything is. No, this is 6 something. This is 626. So is that why this guy is using 5? Is that why this guy is using 5? Yeah, I think so. Don't mind me. At times my eyes can be very sharp. This is 5. Yeah, this is correct. It's between 0 and 5. My eyes can actually be very sharp at times. When I was to sports, so I've been able to spot that. You just need to, at times you just need to. You have a lot of things, a lot of documents to skim through, and then there's even no time. You just have to be very fast, and then at the same time you can't miss out on any detail. So that's one of the things I just exhibited just now, and then I think this guy is good and good to go. So now we have our own query we wrote in class to be this, and then we have what the ChatGPT is giving us to be this. Closely related, very closely related. Unlike this one that we are kind of far apart, but then we are far apart, but then we still got the same results. So the reason why I'm even still cross-checking with ChatGPT is to tell you that SQL query is not a one-way traffic. SQL query is not a one-way traffic. What somebody else is actually able to use and works for them, somebody else might think in another perspective. If somebody else handles SQL, their reasoning will be different from my own, and because of that, the query that they are writing will quite be different from my own. Will quite be different from my own, because the way it's just about you being able to simplify it, look at it from the big parts, and then now break it down like into the simplest form you can think of. So once you're able to break it down to your own grammar, then now use your own grammar to now write it as much as possible. This one is very simple. Find all products that are returned if return flag shows RT as returned. Can somebody attempt this guy? So this one is, I think this might be the most simple guy we will see. Can somebody want to attempt it? Somebody to attempt it, please. Anybody in class? Anybody in class? You guys want to shank me? Who is that? I think somebody is on meeting. You can go ahead, please. Who is the person? Funny how this guy is very simple. This guy is like, you don't even need to think about it so far. I think he's one of the easiest stuff you will see, like on SQL. It's one of your easiest that you see. Let me help you a bit. Find all products that are returned. If return flag shows RT as returned. So this guy is giving you a result. Select star from your table. This guy is giving you a result. So you just need to come here and look at your table. This is your product. Your product ID said find all products that are returned. If return flag shows what you're looking for is your return flag. This is it. Your return flag is here. That's what you're looking for. So anytime it shows RT, it means it is being returned. That is what that's the simple way to interpret this question. So they are telling you to basically return all your products that you have RT over here. It's as simple as that. So who wants to attempt it now? They are telling you to return all the products where your return flag is RT. It's as simple as that. So who wants to attempt it? Let me see. Who wants to attempt it? Eniela, do you want to attempt it? Eniela, you in class? Who is in class? Is Eniela in class? I thought that we have hands. I know Eniela is in class. People is in class. Nkechi is in class.
So
Do you want to attempt it, Nkechi?
yes, let me say what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's
Fantastic.
correct.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's go. Let's give it a shot.
So I feel it should be select star.
Select star. Fantastic. Okay.
And from the database project
Okay.
three.
Project 3. Fantastic. Okay.
Then from the where flag is RT, I think so.
Where flag is RT. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check. Let's check. Is equals to RT. Whether the truth is this is correct, actually.
Okay.
That's the truth is this is correct. This is basically what that's what I said. This guy is very simple. Like, can you see everything that is coming over here is RT? Is RT? Can you see everything over here? All the non will be removed. Everything over here is RT. Can you see? It is actually very simple. It's just maybe because you guys are just getting yourself exposed to it. That's why you are not getting the confidence yet. And that's why I'm happy that one of you is able to actually solve this without any input than just explaining. I'm happy about that. Because basically what we are just trying to do is look at what is not making sense and just making sense out of it. So it is just as simple as select everything where this guy is called RT. You are good to go. You don't need to even get any ChatGPT for this. This is correct. If ChatGPT has another answer, let him or her. Is ChatGPT him or her? Wait, I've never thought about that before. Is ChatGPT him or her? Anyway, looking at the attribute of her, ChatGPT should be her. Anyway, I'm not trying to be gender, but then it's just as simple as this. Actually, it's just as simple and as straightforward as this. That is basically how to think. And then, just like I've told you before, you've seen me on this call. I've made mistake while teaching you guys on this call. I've made mistake. I've seen red lines. I've told you guys. I've seen red line. Assuming I have checked this guy before coming to your class, and I'm typing it, and I'm just coming to class, come and type whatever is in there for you. I will not be doing any testimony. I will not be looking at any possibility. I will just come and be downloading it for you guys, and you guys will just think it is just like that, like now so lively. And I've told you, if I'm coming to class to come and give you that, now lie. I don't go check Google. I don't go use ChatGPT to check them. I don't go use them. I've told you that before. Now that's not lie, because you should not be afraid to make mistakes in this on your SQL. Don't be afraid about it, because at times it will be trial and error. At times, that's the truth. I have done some query before that. In fact, myself, I don't even know how I got to that query. I should know that I've spent time on the query. See, at times on one question, you will spend hours on one question, just one question like this. You will spend hours on, not 1 hour, hours on it. Maybe not question as simple as this. You spend hour, like you will try so many things. You see, you try to see this. Can this work? Can this work? You just drop it. Go and eat something and then come back. Go and eat something and come back. Go and rest your head and come back. That is how it is. But then the only way you can get better on SQL, and I'm saying it and I'll keep saying it, is by trying it all over and over again. Make your error. trace your error back, rectify your errors, and then the more error you rectify on your SQL, the better you become. That is the blunt truth. That's in fact, if you are using your chat GPT, I'm saying it. If you are using your chat GPT for your SQL, if you don't understand the fundamental of understanding how to read your column name, how to know which one is this and the likes, your ChatGPT does not have all these guys, like does not have your table on a system. It will only be inferring, like suppose name, and the likes. And if you are not careful to go and look at it one by one, the truth is you will always run into errors, even if there is your ChatGPT. And that's the reason why normally in class, I take ChatGPT for data analytics as the last class. Like as last class, to train you how you can use ChatGPT to enhance your queries, your SQL, and then maybe some insights when it comes to your visuals. Maybe you are doing your EDA, you call something EDA. I think I've told you EDA before. Your EDA is your exploratory data analysis. We have exploratory data analytics, we have tailored analysis. Your tailored analysis is when you know the question you want to solve. The company you are working with has given you what they are expecting from you, the questions. That is your tailored analysis. You are analyzing to answer the questions, just like we are doing right now. But then for your EDA is exploratory data analysis. You are not giving any focus. You are the one that's just trying to make sense out of no sense. And at that point in time, you might need others like a ChatGPT to help you draw as many insights as possible. It's part of things we use ChatGPT for. Why doing our analysis? But then the truth is, whether this or that, if you are not good with the basics, you can never be good. During your interview process, you can't ChatGPT to respond to them throughout your interview process. So it is your understanding of your basic that you will use to scale your interview. So, but then once you now get on the job, nobody cares how you are getting it done. Whether you are using your ChatGPT, or whether you're using your actual, nobody cares about it. But then for you to get on the job, you need to understand your basics. So the next question is that format sales date. This is sales date to DD, YY, and name the column month year. I don't think this should be hard too. Somebody wants to try this. I don't think this should be hard too. I don't think this should be hard also. Somebody wants to try it. This is very simple actually. This is very, very simple. In fact, all your answers are already in the question. All your answers is already in the question. So somebody wants to attempt this. Somebody wants to attempt it. Any volunteer? Why are you guys not confident? Just unmute yourself and say the rubbish. You will get it wrong. Nobody go even laugh at you at all. Say. Nobody go even laugh at you because who gets you? I beg go. Anybody wants to try? No alarm. I will do it. Okay. Don't worry. I will not do this for you. I think that question is very simple. I will add it as part of the assignment. Because just like I said, it is very, very simple. So since if you guys don't want to talk about it in class, I can just give it to you as an assignment so that you guys can bring that. You guys can look at that. But then it's very simple. It's just few command. It's just yours. Just your select from. You're using just those two commands. What are you selecting? You're selecting your sales date. As simple as that. You're selecting your sales date. In fact, you are selecting your format of your sales date. Select format your sales date. So open these brackets. So your format is saying what? I want to see the hint from this guy. At times I do wait for the hint to just maximize the hint also. So built-in function, value to format, return, So this, and I want to format it as what? I want to format this as our I want to format this guy, comma, then as what? As our dd slash slash yy, this guy. It's as simple as that. This guy should give you an answer complete. It's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. Then I said name the column as on here. It's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. And this solves your question. It's as simple as this. You don't need to drag yourself so much. So if I need to eat the year to complete, I can do 4. I can do this, and then I'll have my year complete. So your formatting, but then the actors will do just 2. So your formatting is actually as simple as that. But then it is what it is. I think you guys are scared. So I will do this for you guys as the last guy that I will do for you guys in class, and I will give you the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as an assignment. Lay your hand on it. Do it based on the following condition: increase or decrease cost. Select star from. Let me look at my table again. Excuse me. Okay. So I want to run this, execute this. Okay, I think I've done that already. So based on the following conditions: increase or decrease cost. Increase or decrease cost as what? As follow: if RT flag is, if return flag is RT, decrease sales by 5%, or else increase sales by 9%, and name the column new sales. This guy is very simple actually. This is just like your if statement on Excel. This is just like a if statement. You are trying to make case. So you have 2 parameters. We have 2 parameters. What's the first one? If return underscore flag is equals to RT, what will happen? Decrease sales by 5%. Reduce sales by 5%. 5% is the same thing as 0. This is also the same thing as 95%. So 95% multiplied by your what? Your sales. It's as simple as this though. Else what? Your if statement. This is how it is on your SQL. And we can go back to our SQL to demonstrate that. I'll go back to our SQL to demonstrate that. Equals to if into bracket logical test, this guy is equals to RT, then value if true 0.95 multiplied by new sales. S what? S, your question says that F increase sales by 9%. So if you're increasing sales by 9%, it's the same thing as 1.09. F 1.09 multiplied by your new sales. And then see this. Then this guy is giving error. Why is it giving error? If this guy is equal to RT, I have to put this guy in. Okay. If this guy is equal to RT, then do multiply by this. Equals to if this guy is equal to RT, Then what? Multiply this by 0.95, or else what? Multiply this by 1.09. So bracket and this. So can you see this guy is not equal to RT? So this guy will definitely be greater because it is multiplying it by 1.95. So for this one that are equal to RT, can you see it should be reduced? It should be reduced. It should be reduced. Why? Because they are RT. So this is how I taught you guys how to use your if statement on Excel. So we now want to do the same if statement on our SQL. I have to just go there to explain that to you. So we have two cases over here. If this one is equal to this, then if not, 1.09 multiplied by your sales is as simple as this. So, but then if we want to do this on SQL, we have something we call making case instead of your if statement. There's also like your if this like this. We are making case. So anytime you need to do this, you just need to do your select. If you want, you can select star. You can select everything if you want. If you want, you can select star. And then from the same table again, from this guy. So your select star from this table will return you back to your original table. But then you want to tell this guy that you are not only selecting everything, you are adding a new column also. And your new column will be called your new sales, as we have over here. And name the column new sales. The column new sales. So because you want to name the column new sales, you can do your, we are adding a new column entirely. So for us to now add this column, because it is a statement column, you now to do your case. You are doing what we call our case. Case is what you use to introduce your if statements, your case. And then for at the end of your case, your case must always end with end. This is what will tell us that this is what will show us the beginning of your case, and this is what will tell us the end of your case. It's as simple as that. So what is the case we are making? We are saying when this time around, when our return flag is equals to RT, what will be our stop? Then you are going to do your sales, this guy, multiply by, you can put space in between if you want to have a set, but then they are the same thing. 0.95 multiply by 95. But then what about if it is not? Then you introduce your else. So this is working just like your Power BI Power Query. This is working just exactly like your Power BI Power Query. Hence, what will be the answer? Your sales multiplied by 1.09. And this guy should actually solve all this. RT is equal to return flag is equal to RT 95%. 95%, then this equals to this. So, but then they said we should make it what? And name the column as new sales. New sales. So I want to put as new sales over here. Why am I having this guy on the line? Let me see the error to bring. This guy should not give us any error. Incorrect syntax behind the word case. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So to split the comma. Okay, yeah, and that solves it. So we have the new sales over here. You can see that your RT, this is your RT, it is lower. Why? Because we have to deduce 5% from it. To deduct 5, decrease it by 5%. This one is not known, so it will increase by 9%, and you can see that it is increasing. And with that, this practically actually solves your question on that. This practically solves your question on that. This actually practically solves your question on that. So I don't know. Do we really need to check this guy over GPT? I don't think it is necessary. it is not necessary. So since we don't have any headache with it, if I don't have any headache with a question, I don't even check at all. If I don't have any headache. Now when I do have headache, I do always check most times. Maybe I don't try, and I don't already tire. So but then this your next question should also be simple. Based on your answer from question 5, find the profit or loss. Anybody want to answer this question before we call it night? Anybody wants to answer this? Attempt. Based on the answer from question 5, from this, that is your new sales, find the profit or loss. So definitely to know your profit or loss, you need to do your sales minus your cost. If your sales minus your cost is negative, definitely you are running at loss. But then if your sales minus your cost is positive, your sales is the amount you are selling it. The cost is the amount you bought it. So if you bought something for 5 naira and you sold it for 3 naira, you know that you've already paid 2 naira loss. Definitely. Positive means profit. So who wants to attend to this? I think this is quite simple. So if somebody should attend to it in class. If you guys don't attend to it, then it will be part of the assignment. Somebody should attend it in class. Who wants to attend to it? Somebody? Who is that? Okay, youth children, please you can go ahead. Youth children, do you want to attend to it? This guy is very simple. It's actually like the question. I don't even know the questions are actually this simple. I actually don't know that the questions are this simple. We can't hear you, youth children, if you're saying anything. I think you are omitted now, but then we can't hear you right now. I think you are omitted because your mic is omitted, but then we can't hear anything you are saying right now. Maybe you are on AirPod or something that is stealing your voice away. Yeah, we can't hear you actually. I gave you this data set too. I gave you this data set. I'm 100% sure. It is on your I gave you all the data sets. It is on your strategic mind page. I'm 100% sure about that. I gave you all the data sets. Oh, let me confirm. But then I'm sure I gave you. Oh, wow. It's not parts. Wow, this is serious. I actually thought I gave you. No problem with that. I will drop it for you immediately after this call. I will drop it for you immediately after this call. So that's my problem. So sorry about that. Like I thought I actually dropped it for you guys. So I will drop it for you guys immediately after this call, so that you guys can practice with it. Okay, yeah. I've seen it. It's not there. I've seen it now. I will drop it after this class. I will drop it immediately after this class. So that's my problem. So who wants to attempt that? Nobody's attempting it. Don't worry. If you're not attempting it, this is where we end our class for tonight. So your assignment is that I've already done how many for you guys? I've already done quite a number for you guys. So you guys should do one. You guys should do 2. You guys should do 3, 4, and 5. Are we sure it is 5? How many have we done? We have done 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've done 5. So this and this, they are the same. And then this is your 7, and this is your 8, and this is your 9. So you have just 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. Just this 4. Question 6, 7, and 8. So you have just this 4 to go. So and that's your assignment. I've done 5 for you guys. I don't try for you guys. Okay, I did 4 for you guys. Ikechi did 1 for us in class. Yeah. Ikechi did 1 for us in class. And then the remaining 3, the remaining 4, we did our general assignments. So this int, okay, this is an int, new see. In fact, I've already given you int, new sales minus cost. Please know that the new sales is calculated as shown in your answer in question 5. So can you see that? This is your int. New sales minus cost. Your question, your stuff is as simple as that actually. as simple as that. Because this is basically it is this your new sales minus your cost. So instead of doing your sales minus your cost, you are doing your new sales minus your costs. And it's as simple as that. So, but then I will leave you guys with that. And this is almost 10. So that you guys can also lay your hands on all those things. And by the time we are meeting on Saturday, man, if we are meeting on Saturday, that means I have to travel on Friday. If we are to meet on Saturday, that means I must travel on Friday, or else Saturday will be totally scattered. So no, I will plan my travel to travel on Friday. If somebody is raising a hand or something, okay. So if there's no raising of hand, if there's no question, please try and rewatch this class recording as fast as possible. You children, please can go ahead, please. You can go ahead, please. If we can hear you, please. You can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Hear you.
Okay, please. The last this thing we're supposed to, the customer sales. Each time I call it up, it says it's corrupt. So I don't know what the issue is. I've tried to import it into the SQL, but it's corrupt.
That one is not important for now. That one is not important for now. Just focus on the one that are important because we are not doing any classwork or assignment on that one yet. Abi, do we have? I think we have. Yes, we have. But then I think it is best if you focus on this your project 3 than your customer sales. It should not be giving you any headache. But then I don't know the reason why it is giving you a headache, except maybe I checked your laptop, which I can't do tonight, obviously. So please just focus on your project 3 assignments because that one is more important than that customer sales assignment. So that because that's what we are treating in class, and so that you won't be missing in class. You won't get missing in class. So please focus on what really matters and just leave that other one by the side for now. So thank you so much.
But I hope we are getting the recording soonest.
Yes, you should get. I think comments on this call. You should get the recording for this guy latest tomorrow morning. Please. If you don't have it tomorrow morning, please let me know. You should get the recording for this latest tomorrow morning, please, so that you guys can rewatch it. I know we are at a very delicate part of class now, and then you guys need to really watch the recording as fast as possible. In fact, before any other class. So please, you will get the recording latest tomorrow morning, so you guys can go by it today. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. It's a great time. Yes, I know it's not in the group. And I will drop it on the group page now.